Good evening. I'm Bimala Basnit, and today I would like to talk about two different cases that I have received for my group assignment in business law. So, part A and part B. Part A is about contract laws, and part B is about laws related to torts and negligence. So, let me talk with the part A contract laws. So, it is about a man called Frank when he went to park his car in park lane parking and got injured. So when he went back to claim for his loss to the company, they declined to accept his claim, and they try to attempt try to attempt and rely on the phrase to decline his claim for his loss. So there is a confusion if the company can rely on the accession clause to claim for to protect themselves from the claim of Frank. So I have collected few points regarding these conditions. So if they can rely on the exception clause or not to protect themselves from the claim of Frank. The first one is exemption clause incorporation. So acting to the validity of exemption clause, it must be brought into concern, or it must be brought into knowledge of the customer. Here, when Frank went to claim for his loss or injury to the company, they tried to rely on phrase to decline his claim. So the which was the phrase was written in small letters and it was not visible properly. So the court may take into consideration about the size of the letters and visibility and whether Frank had known about this before the incident or not. The second one is Unfair Contract Terms Act 1977. So, according to this act, the exemption clause must meet some standards to be valid. So, it must be clear, it must be easy to understand and plain. So, the visibility and size of letters, which was difficult to understand, may create some problems for the enforcement of the company. So the third one is negligence and duty of care. So the company or the park lane parking may be liable for negligence if they fail to take precautions to protect the safety of the customers. So the injury of the Frank must be evaluated properly to see if it is caused by car park's negligence. And the third, another is statutory regulation, which is mainly about rules and regulation created by the government to protect people. So it also check if someone violates the law. So here, when there is topic about human safety, the court does not take into consideration any exemption clause for the liability of the company. And the last one is public policy issues. So according to these issues, the exemption clause also consider public policy issues. So if the parking lane is found, mm, if the parking lane is found guilty for its negligence, then the court may take it more critically because it is not liable for the public policy. So these are the things which may consider about, like, if the company or the park lane parking can rely on the existing clause to protect themselves from the claim of Frank. However, it is the court which will take the decisions at last. So we must take in consideration about all these laws and legal things. So that's all for part A. Thank you. So in part B, I have got a case study related to torts and negligence. So here, two friends, Elsie and Mason, they go for a drive after drinking and end up getting an accident. So here, Elsie wants to take an action of negligence against Mason. So there are three different factors she can take into consideration of negligence to taken action of negligence against machines. The first one is duty of care, which is about the taking responsibility of someone. So here machine, he offer a drive ride to home for Elsie after drinking, which is not good, and there is a clear possibility that they can end up in accident, which happen eventually. So which proves that it is a failure of duty of care. So another element that LC can prove for to take action is breach of duty. So when Martin was intoxicated and he was drunk, so he drive Elsie towards home, but they end up getting accident. So if Elsie can prove that he was struggling to um, drive properly and maintain control over his ride, then she can claim an action of negligence against machines. So it is a clear breach of duty to drink and drive because it is illegal and can it be dangerous in different issues. So the third one is causation, which means related to causes for accident. And the direct cause is he was drinking and driving, so they end up getting injured. And the proximate cause is he was intoxicated and drugged, where there can be possibility that they can end up into injury, which happened. So these are the ways. If Elsie can prove all these things by herself, then she can surely claim an action of negligence against machines. However, it is the law which will decide at the end. But these things, if Elsie can prove, then her things can be considered by the court for taking actions of negligence against machine. That's all for today. Thank you.